What's up, you guys? It's your girl Bianca B, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, make sure you guys check out my celebrity interviews, vlogs, and makeup tutorials. So, another life update. Every year I do this before my birthday just to update you guys on what's going on with me. For all the people who have been sort of supporting me these past couple of years, I just want to just keep you updated on my life. Common questions that I get in my Instagram DM all the time: my relationship status, am I gonna continue doing film, I'm starting my own cosmetics line, and what's next for me. Did I move back to New York? Am I in LA? So I'm gonna just answer common questions that people always ask me through my Instagram DM, and just to update you guys before I turn 27. So let's get started. I just want to be real, I want to be raw, and just be authentically me. So if you watched my last video, it was a vlog, and I talk about going to Palm Springs and doing a solo trip, and the reason why I decided to do that solo trip. If you missed it, go watch that vlog and then come back here, because it just will just kind of show you where I'm at kind of in life, and my spiritual journey, and just getting closer to God and meditating and praying and things like that. So long story short, happy Scorpio season. Shout outs to my Scorpios. I love being a Scorpio. I don't know about you, but I love being a Scorpio, okay? So shout out to my Scorpios and happy birthday. So my birthday is November 17th, and we are actually launching BFF Cosmetics on my birthday, and so I'm super excited. I'm just gonna backtrack last year up until now. So I was working on the Steve Harvey show back in April of 2019. I was literally there just to fill in a position, a PA position, and it was the best job ever. Like, I loved it. I loved just the team. I thought it was a very great environment to work in. So through the grace of God, I met someone who worked on the show, and she basically was asking me, like, what do you want to do next? And I did a little bit of research on a woman named Mel Robbins, and I love Mel Robbins. She's a public speaker. She's just amazing. I love Mel. I love her content online, and so I just wanted to work on her show as a producer. I knew that it was filming in New York. And long story short, I had always wanted to move to New York, and I wanted a change in my life. I feel like I had been in LA since I was 17, and at that age, I was 25. And I was just in a place in my life where I felt stuck. I was in a space of like, I needed change. And so moving to New York was like one of the best experiences. I love New York. It is just a dope city. I love the work ethic. Nobody works harder than a New Yorker, okay? It humbled me. It was exactly what I needed. So long story short, I got the job as a booking producer. Basically, that's an associate producer in talk show world. And I enjoyed it. It was a lot of ups and downs, but overall, it was a great experience. I learned a lot from all the major producers. All the producers who worked on that show were Emmy Award-winning producers who've been in the game 20 plus years, and I learned so much from that team. And it was mostly women that were producing the show, and it was just an amazing experience despite the trials and tribulations and kind of figuring out the show route. Like, it was just a dope experience for me personally. And I do regret, though, not enjoying New York like how I should have. I think I was so focused on work and just being new and wanted to, you know, maintain my job. I wanted to keep my job, and I just was just really focused on work. It was totally different from the previous show I had worked on, because this show was more of like a conflict kind of show, fixing people's lives, and basically you're fixing people who are 50 plus years old in 5 minutes. So yeah, that was the experience. It definitely humbled me. It made me not be judgmental towards people in life, and it really truly, like I said, it humbled me, and it made me become a better person and a better woman from that experience. So long story short, I think the end of January or February, we found out we weren't getting another season and that the show would no longer continue on. And of course, that was heartbreaking because, you know, I had packed up all my stuff. in LA, and I had moved in like 14 days and moved across country, but I don't regret it. It was a point in time where I did, but looking back now, I don't regret it because I met some amazing people, and it really taught me a lot about film, and I think I learned a lot of skill sets that I did not learn in previous jobs. I think that that job really molded me into a better film producer, a better writer, a better interviewer, and I truly did enjoy that job, and I was happy, and yeah, it was fun. So we found out we weren't getting another season, and of course this happens in film, but I got to a point where I was just tired. I've worked on so many shows and so many pilots where it didn't continue, or it was just a pop up and pop out kind of situation. I had got to a point I was like, God, I will work on one more show, and if that show doesn't go through, I'm not doing film again. Like, I'm over it, and I'll do full entrepreneurship. So March happened, and I had another job lined up, but it was in LA for like 3 months, which was perfect because my lease was up in New York June 2020. So March, I flew back to LA, and the week that I flew back was the COVID incident, and basically I didn't even start that job. Like, everything was shut down, so I was literally kind of stuck in LA. My goal was to not stay in LA, so I was staying with my ex-boyfriend at the time, and we stayed together for like a month, and then I got my own place, and my goal was just to come back and not renew my lease in New York. In April 2020, I ended up moving into my spot in LA, and I loved it, and I was like super ready to just settle down in LA. And the reason why I wanted to come back to LA was because my friends and family were here, and I know more people in LA. I could find better jobs. I could have did like brand ambassador work, but as we all know, we didn't know COVID was going to be this long. So I got my place because I didn't want to be stuck. I didn't want to be fucked and be like, where am I going to live? So that's the reason why I had got a place. So I was like, okay, I can maintain 2 apartments up until June. I was like, okay, I can pay for both. Like, that's fine. So May 2020, I got a job offer to work on another talk show with a very popular person. And I was super excited for this talk show because I had wrote it down in my manifestation journal, and I was just super excited. I said that I will only go back to New York if I worked on this specific talk show. So I ended up getting the job May 2020, and I was like, okay, well, now I have both my apartments. So June 2020, I re-signed my lease in New York, and how New York is set up is with my apartment complex, it's not month to month. You basically have to get a new tenant if you want to break your lease. Little did I know. So this is why you should read your paperwork. Read what you sign. And so July 2020 was a very rough month for me. It was probably one of the lowest months for me. July, August, and September was very bad for me. July 2020, something happened in the media with the host that I was supposed to work on show, and basically they postponed the show. And we were supposed to start production August 2020. So I was like, okay, well, I'll figure this out. So I flew back in August 2020 to New York, and just to clear out my space because I wanted to put the apartment on the market and things like that with the broker that they have for the apartment. New York is complicated, y'all. It is. It's just giving me a headache. So now we're in August 2020, and I cleared out the space, and the following week, someone broke into my apartment in New York. And I was very devastated. I was so upset. I was just like crying because I felt as though like, oh my God, like I'm trying, and everything keeps failing. Oh, I'm trying not to cry, you guys, but I was just so frustrated. I just couldn't believe someone broke in. And luckily, you know, I wasn't there when it happened because that would have been messed up. Luckily, I didn't travel to New York by myself. So I was just like, holy shit, this shit can't get any worse. Mind you, I'm still paying for my LA apartment and my New York apartment still to this day. And I'm in debt right now because I'm like, fuck this. I can't manage right now, especially with COVID and not really having anything lined up during that time. Like, I was just like, fuck film. I'm not doing this shit anymore. I'm over it. I don't want to do this anymore. It's too, with entertainment in general, it is a hard industry. It is not an easy industry. It's a lot of ups and downs. Executives and people change their mind all the time. You could do a whole film, even as an actor, you could do a whole film and they cut you out of a scene. And you have no creative control over it. And so that's the one thing about film that is just like really hard. Personally for me, it's very inconsistent. And I've been doing this for years now, and I kind of still feel like I'm not where I want to be in my career. Yes, I know a lot of people. Yes, I've worked with many different networks and I'm truly grateful, but it is draining. It's emotionally draining. You definitely have to have tough skin in order to do entertainment, whether that's producing, whether that's producing music, songwriting. You could get a hit and then not have a placement until 5 years later. You can have the biggest hit on the radio and then 5 years later it's your other hit. So it's important to save your money. It's important to build relationships with people and to maintain, a backup plan. And I highly recommend people who want to be in entertainment to definitely have multiple sources of income. It's truly important. I am grateful that I do have a support team that I do as far as my family and friends. But it is draining. It's emotionally draining. And now, as far as my career, I have been offered another position that I'm just working on, just temporary, which is okay for me right now because I am launching BFF Cosmetics. And so it's just good. I want to get this experience, and they're developing a project, so it's a really nice network, and I'm excited to work with them. So my film career is not over to answer the question, but I'm definitely going to be super low-key about the projects that I do work on and not broadcast it online, just for my own personal mental sanity. And I'm not going to say what network. I'm not going to talk into details about film, I don't think, online. And that's just my own personal choice because it is mentally draining. So I want to be known as Bianca B in beauty, and launching my own cosmetics line. I've had written this down back in 2014 of having my own cosmetics line. My goal is to have it in Target and to Ulta and big stores where it's easy access to get the product. Like, that is my ultimate goal, and it's something that I'm striving for. So we just had the shoot a couple of weeks ago, and I'm so excited about the launch. And I'm just like, I love beauty, I love makeup. It's something like, even when I'm on set and productions, people think that I'm the makeup artist, or ask me about makeup. So this totally fits my lane of what I want to do, and I just truly enjoy beauty. I love beauty. I can't explain it. I just love makeup. I've always loved makeup since dance school, and I've been wearing makeup since like 7. So, and like 20 years of like just wearing makeup. And with competition specifically, you wear a lot of makeup for stage. So I've always really truly loved makeup. So this is truly up my lane, and I'm super excited. And our first photo shoot went great, and I thank everyone who donated to GoFundHer.com. That meant a lot to me. I was very shocked at the amount of donations that we did get for it. I'm still trying. Of course, I would want more products and more stuff, but I'm starting out with lipsticks and then growing the brand to other products. So I'm super excited, and I just want to thank my girl Michelle for really helping me throughout this process, and you guys for supporting. So I'm excited for November 17th and the launch. So this past year, I've learned so much. The biggest thing I've learned is patience. Not taking every opportunity that is presented to you just because of a name. I think it's very important to think before you do things. I think in the type of industry that I work in, you have to take an opportunity as soon as it's presented to you to have a good representation, because you don't want to be that person that left a company or declined a position. And for me, I honestly feel as though, like, think thoroughly before you make the decisions. It's okay to be a risk taker, but also do what's best for you financially. That's like the biggest thing that I learned this past year, is just having patience and that things will happen organically. The second thing that I've learned is follow your intuition, follow your gut. When something or someone is not right for you, it's important to follow that. And so going to the relationship part of my life, I keep my relationship really private on social media and in YouTube and things like that. So what I will say is that I am single. I was in a long-term relationship and it was ups and downs a lot, and I had to make a decision to just depart ways because of my sanity and what I needed to do for me. The person was not a bad person. They were amazing. They were a great person, but just not for me right now in my life. And that's just me being real and authentic to who I am. I wish the person nothing but success, and the person was amazing. The person wasn't a bad person at all. But just at this moment in my life, I really want to focus on me and just getting me better mentally. I feel like so much has happened to me. I moved back and forth like 4 fucking times. And on top of like just trying to figure out like my business, investing in that, starting your own business costs money. And yeah, so I successfully did this video without crying. But yeah, we are working on our 3rd book. I'm super excited about that. It's no launch date. The name is up and down. I think I really love the name, but I'm not sure yet. But yeah, I'm super excited for my 3rd book. If you guys haven't gotten my first 2 books, I'm doing a bundle package of signed copies. You guys can click below with my store and shop it. So yeah, I'm super excited for 2021. I know that this year has been really hard for everybody with this election. I'm really concerned about how this is gonna go, and I just hope that we continue to stay safe and not harm anybody after this election, because I really don't know. I'm really concerned, but I can only speak for me. Thank you guys for all your support, and just continue to stay prayed, meditate, and self-care. And I wish you guys all the success and the best of love throughout this journey of life that we call it. Life is very short. I've lost so many people this year. I've lost about 8 people, and it's been hard. It has not been easy, and I have to say that going to Palm Springs and really writing down and forgiving people and healing my childhood trauma really helped me a lot. I'm not even gonna hold you. So if you have the opportunity, just get away and cut your phone off and really sit and meditate, pray to whoever you believe in, write down your goals, and also write down people that have hurt you and forgive them. Forgiveness is really hard, but you have to do it in order for new things to come in your life and learn how to let go. So those are my words of wisdom. My birthday is November 17th, BFF Cosmetics launch. And make sure you follow us on Instagram, BFF Cosmetics Company, which stands for Beauty Friends Forever. So I'm super excited. Follow me on Instagram at It's Bianca B, and I wish you all nothing but the best. Bye guys.